Hello, fellow humans. And today we are going over lesson 4 from the book Neuro-Habits by Peter Hollins. And today is going to be all about why judgment of ourselves actually reinforces old patterns that we are trying to prune and limits us from creating new patterns. So, why don't we get into it? Whoops. That's not right. Hold on, technical difficulties. There we go. Okay, so this is a lesson built straight from the book Neuro-Habits by Peter Hollins. So tonight we're going to be talking about two things: where change breaks and why beating yourself up usually makes it worse. We're going practical and grounded spiritual, more presence, fewer pep talks. So habits aren't good or bad. Your brain doesn't moralize habits, it just runs patterns. Where change breaks, most plans only fight at the conscious level, ignoring the deeper forces, things in which we are unconscious about. So why self-attack fails? Because shame adds stress, and stress systems reach for the fastest reward, instant gratification, which scrolling and doom scrolling actually makes it even harder. So the belief shift: you can train your patterns. You are not the loop that you experience. You are the energy that moves along that loop. You are the consciousness that directs that energy. The belief I want you leaving with is, I have the power to shift my neural structure. In normal human language, you can change your brain's grooves by training the loop, reps, not self-hate. Small reps change the groove. We're not trying to become perfect. In fact, it's not possible. We're trying to become more free. All of these forces, even the ones we don't notice or comprehend, can be conquered. So how this lesson is going to work. So I'm going to teach it, I'll show it, and then you'll try it. You can share if you want, but you don't have to. This is a library, not a group therapy. So, one, we're going to learn the concept behind the principle, demo it, see real examples in action, and then practice. Try it yourself with the guided exercises. Throughout this lesson, there will be multiple exercises to practice for yourself. So if you're watching this video, you could just pause and engage with the practice, and then afterwards, after you're done with the practice, just play the video again. No sharing is required. Obviously, this is a video, but this lesson was developed for in-person training or in-person practice. So learning objective 1, this is straight from the book Neuro-Habits by Peter Hollins. By the way, little footnote asterisk here, all of these learning objectives were things that I personally pulled from the book. So knowing doesn't replace doing. Tony Robbins says this a lot. He says, everybody knows what to do but doesn't do what they know. This is exactly that. Knowing doesn't replace doing, meaning like you know what you need to do, but just because you know what you need to do, or rather what you want to do, doesn't mean you're actually going to do it. So here's the first punchline. Most of us are overinformed and under-practiced. Your brain doesn't get rewired by understanding. It changes through repetition at the level that habit lives. Insight is step 0. Practice installs change. Information isn't transformation. Your logic knows, your body shrugs. You can know the benefits of the habit change and still not do it because the system picks the fastest reward. We're not judging this, we're mapping it. So when it says don't judge it, when this comes up, Practice not judging yourself, because again, that stress is going to re-engage or reinforce the old habit, which is to seek the fastest reward. So the logical brain knows the benefits, understands why change matters, sees long-term values, and makes rational plans. The illogical body couldn't care less. It seeks immediate comfort, defaults to familiar patterns, and chooses the fastest reward. That's what neural structure is all about. Neural structure is about making life as easy as humanly possible, getting the dopamine hits that we want, releasing the chemicals that our body wants. So the logical brains know the benefits. Their illogical bodies couldn't care less. Comfort wins by default. Always. So exercise 1, trigger routine reward. This is a 90-second map. This is the whole game. If you can map it, you can train it. So identify, what is the trigger? Well, the trigger is what starts it. Is it when you wake up or see a phone or feel bored? For me, those are all examples for me. If when I wake up, I'm triggered to go back to sleep. When I feel bored, I'm triggered to reach for the phone. The routine, what do I do? So in these examples, I'll scroll, I'll snack, I'll avoid something. And what is the reward? What do you get from the routine? Is it relief? Is it comfort? Is it a sense of control? Everyone's different. So this would be the time to take some notes and do this practice for yourself. Pause the video now, takes about 90 seconds, and then replay the video. All right. So a debrief question. What reward surprised you? Was the trigger external or internal? And did you name the real reward? That's key, is being able to recognize what is it exactly that you are getting out of this pattern. So the obstacle stack. Most change plans only fight at the top layer, conscious intentions, but the deeper layers, automatic thoughts, old beliefs, and your environment run the show. If we don't name obstacles, we keep calling it lack of willpower, and that's just lazy. So conscious obstacles, these are things that we are aware of that are slowing us down. So fears, avoidance patterns, surface level resistance, are the snacks close by or are the snacks really far away? Is the gym really, really expensive, or is the gym simply doing push-ups on the ground? Unconscious obstacles. So these are hidden beliefs, automatic negative thoughts, identity patterns working in the darkness, things that we are unaware of. Environment, so physical friction, cues and triggers, ease of access to old patterns. Understanding the obstacles is an important part of the battle because now you can train the right layer. So, same habit, different blockers. Let me make it real with the business avoidance loop. This is my personal example. So the trigger is when I think about taking action, I tend to go and watch TV and eat popcorn. The reward is comfort, but honestly, a little bit of power. Because when I imagine doing things that I know are in my best interests or are going to help me achieve something, or more specifically, if those tasks for me, this is my example, if those tasks were tasks that I say I must do in order for me to receive love, then the rebellious part of me is like, no, fuck you. I'm going to go and watch TV and eat some popcorn right now and force you to love me even though I'm not doing what you want. So there's a little bit of power in there as well for me. So talking about reward, that's what I get from this specific habit. So fear of failing might be an actual conscious awareness to a habit. It's actually very common. The surface level obstacle you can name and see. The unconscious one is the old rebellion pattern for me specifically. If action equals love and approval, then I will rebel. And the environment is set up for comfort. I got a really comfortable couch. I got homemade popcorn. I got a nice TV with some pretty good shows to watch. I mean, most people can say that. So understanding the obstacles is part of the battle because now you can train the right layer. So exercise 2, rationalization trap. We're not removing excuses by arguing with ourselves. We are removing excuses by putting them in the light and answering with facts. So write the excuse down, word for word, don't clean it up, be honest about what you actually tell yourself. And answer with 3 facts. No motivation, no drama, just short, boring, true statements. So pick a habit that you mapped and think of the most common excuses you use, like I'll do it later, or this is more important right now, blah, 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 blah. Write it verbatim, then write 3 facts about that, those excuses. This takes 2 minutes. I have done it before. If I start, I can stop. So these facts actually aren't about the excuses. They are about the habit itself. So, debrief question. How did it feel to write it verbatim? Did your body relax or did it resist? Which fact felt most powerful? What layer is that excuse protecting, conscious or unconscious? So that was unconscious versus conscious awareness of patterns and habits and the things that reinforce them. Now we're going to talk about how the brain doesn't really care about morals. To your brain, a habit is just a habit. It's simply neural structure. It doesn't care about the story. It doesn't care about the emotions tied to it. It is simply neural structure. That's it. So this one is huge. When you moralize, I'm bad, you add stress to the system. And stress systems reach for the fastest reward. Doom scrolling, snacking, watching TV, sleeping, alcohol, drugs, coffee. So moralizing often becomes gasoline. Shame adds stress, judgment creates tension in the system, stress strengthens the loop, and your brain reaches for a familiar comfort faster. Again, this isn't, we're not moralizing here. We are just acknowledging how neuro patterns work. So why force doesn't work? Here's the trap. We try to change at the thinking level, but the habit was built deeper. You can't out-yell an old pattern. This is why force and pure willpower usually don't last. And that's at the wrong level. So first we have the level of conscious thinking, right? And then we have the unconscious patterns. And then we have the habit creation level. That's where habits are running on automatic mode. We train the habit at the level it was created. Cue, routine, reward, and beliefs underneath that. The trouble with the ordinary approach is that we think about change at the higher conscious level, but never really access our deeper unconscious level. Willpower doesn't matter, force doesn't matter. You can only change a habit when you work at the level at which habits are created. So, exercise 3, the neural observer rep. This is a 60 to 90 second rep. The goal is not to win, the goal is to observe. Observation is power. Self-attack is just noise. So 1, notice the trigger. Bring to mind a recent trigger moment. 2, name the sensation. What happens in the body? Tightness, heat, buzzing. Number 3, name the story. Notice the story your mind tells. Number 4, stay kind, stay curious. Say internally, interesting. Pattern. Just acknowledge it. Don't judge it. Just recognize it. So, debrief question. What did you notice first? Body or story? What was the protective intention underneath? And what did you learn about attacking yourself? What protects the old loop? Your habit isn't only a bad behavior. It's often a protection strategy. So instead of what's wrong with me, we ask, what is this trying to do for me? That question is spiritual and practical. It invites truth without violence. So, what beliefs are keeping it alive? What control does it offer? What is it protecting? What does it fear? And what comfort does it provide? And this is an opportunity to share with somebody. If you're with somebody, this is obviously a video. I will be sharing this in a public forum. All right, so here's a checkpoint to just briefly go over everything. All right, no grades, just calibration. If you can answer these, you're not stuck, you're training. So why does the I'm bad fail? If you can answer that, that's good. The answer is because moralizing adds stress, and stress systems reach for the fastest reward, strengthening the loop instead of breaking it. What level creates habits? The unconscious level, cue, routine, reward, and the beliefs underneath. You can only change a habit when you work at the level at which habits are created. So, change the cue, change the routine, change the reward, or change the beliefs. What do you practice next? One tiny action, 2 minutes or less, attached to a trigger time with one friction point removed. That's for you to design and apply yourself. So if you wanted to have something to take home, you can screenshot this and fill it out later. This is the entire lesson broken down into main key points. This is a great way to study as well. All right, just in summary, so if you want to take a screenshot of this as well, just keep it ready, quick access. So you have your map. Your map is trigger, routine, reward. Can you name your loop in 90 seconds? Catch 2 excuses verbatim. What are 2 things that you say to yourself in the form of excuses? And then answer 3 facts, short, boring, true statements, not motivation. And then do 1 neutral observer rep. Notice your body, story, pattern, and stay kind to yourself. Reflect. What belief protects it? What is this trying to do for me? All right, so last but not least, just pick a 2-minute action to do for yourself. Look back at your worksheet. Make it so easy it's impossible not to do. And then choose your trigger time. After I blank, I will blank. For example, after I wake up, I will do a meditation. Remove 1 friction point. Prep it now if possible. Make it easier than easy. So, for example, if after you wake up and you want to go do a meditation or drink some water or whatever, have that water right next to your bed. Or if you're going to meditate, have like a pillow or an area set up for you when you go to engage with that habit. Remove friction. Make it as easy as possible. And then commit quietly or aloud. Say it to yourself or share with someone in the room or a friend or a family member. Debrief question. What did you choose? What friction did you remove? What's your reward afterward? What are you gaining from this? What is the emotion or the feeling that you are receiving from this new habit? All right, so that's everything. If you are interested and want more, please check me out on my website, Grow As You Go. Here are some separate QR codes you can scan via my website, my Instagram, or my YouTube. This is a growing channel. It's going to evolve naturally, but I want to start doing these more often. So anyway, I hope this was value added. Be tuned in. There's 7 lessons for this book specifically. This is lesson 4, and be ready for lesson 5.